in Castle of Dorfel near Munster, Germany, and the last vision and private revelation was reported during her presence as Mother Superior in the convent of the Sister of the Good Shepherd in Portugal. Based on the messages she said she received in the revelation of Christ on June the 10th, 1898, her confessor at the Good Shepherd Monastery wrote to Pope Leo XIII, stating that Sister Mary of the Divine Heart had received a message from Christ, requesting the Pope to consecrate the entire world to the Sacred Heart. The Pope initially attached no credence to it and took no action. However, on January the 6th, 1899, she sent another letter asking that in addition to the consecration, the first Friday of the month be observed in honor of the Sacred Heart. Sister Mary of the Divine Heart died in her monastery in Portugal when the church was singing the first Vespers of the Sacred Heart of Jesus on June the 8th, 1899. The following day, Pope Leo XIII consecrated the entire world to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And now the papal approval. In 1353, Pope Innocent VI instituted a Mass honoring the mystery of the Sacred Heart. After the death of Margaret Mary Alacoque on 17th of October 1690, a short account of her life was published by Father Croiset in 1691. As an appendix to his book De la Devotion de Sacré Cœur in 1693, the Holy See imparted indulgences to the confraternities of the Sacred Heart, and in 1697 granted the feast to the Vicentendis with the Mass of the Five Wounds, but refused a feast common to all. With special Mass and office, the devotion spread particularly in religious communities. The Marissier plague in 1720 furnished perhaps the first occasion for a solemn consecration and public worship outside of the religious community. Other cities of southern Europe followed the example of Marsielli. In 1726, Rome was again asked for a feast with a Mass and office of its own. This was refused in 1729, but granted in 1765. In that year, at the request of the Queen, the feast was received quasi-officially by Episcopate of France. In 1853, at the urgent entreaties of the French bishop, Pope Pius IX extended the feast to the Latin Church under the rite of double major. In 1889, it was raised by the Latin Church to the double rite of first class. After Pope Leo XIII received several letters from the Sister Mary of the Divine Heart asking him to consecrate the entire world to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, he commissioned a group of theologians to examine the petition on the basis of revelation in sacred tradition. The outcome of this investigation was positive, and so in the encyclical letter Annum Sacrum on 25th May 1899, he decreed that the consecration of the entire human race to the Sacred Heart of Jesus should take place on 11th of June 1899. The encyclical letter also encouraged the entire Roman Catholic Episcopate to promote the First Friday devotions, establishing June as the month of the Sacred Heart, and include the prayer of consecration to the Sacred Heart. Pope Pius X decreed that the consecration of the human race performed by Pope Leo XIII be renewed each year. Pius XI, in his encyclical letter Miserentissimum Redemptor on May 8, 1928, affirmed the Church's position with respect to Saint Margaret Mary's vision of Jesus Christ by stating that Jesus had manifested himself to Saint Margaret and had promised her that all those who redeem his honor to his heart would be endowed with an abundance of heavenly graces. The encyclical refers several times to the conversion between Jesus and Saint Margaret Mary, and reaffirmed the importance of consecration and reparation to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Pope Pius XII, on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of Pope Pius IX instituted of the feast, instructed the entire Latin Church at length on the devotion to the Sacred Heart in his encyclical letter Spiritus Aquas on May 15, 1956. On May the 15th, 2006, Pope Benedict XVI sent a letter to Father Peter Hans Kolvenbach, the Superior General of the Society of Jesus, on the 50th anniversary of the encyclical of Spiritus Aquas. In his letter to Father Kolvenbach, Pope Benedict XVI reaffirmed the importance of the devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And now we're going to read about the worship and devotion. The Catholic acts of consecration, reparation, and devotion were introduced when the Feast of the Sacred Heart was declared in his papal bull Auctorum Fidei, Pope Pius VI. Praise devotion to the Sacred Heart. Finally, Leo XIII, in his encyclical Annum Sacrum in May the 25th, 1899, as well as on June the 11th, consecrated every human to the Sacred Heart. The idea of this act, which Leo XIII called the Great Act of his pontificate, had been proposed to him by a nun of the Good Shepherd from Oporto, Portugal, who said that she had supernaturally received it from Jesus since 1850. Groups, congregations, and countries have consecrated themselves to the Sacred Heart. In 1873, by petition of President Gabriel Garcia Moreno, Ecuador was the first country in the world to be consecrated to the Sacred Heart. Wow, and that testimony that I heard, the lady was from Ecuador, and now to read that Ecuador was the first country in the world to consecrate the Sacred Heart. Wow. To continue, Peter Caudrin of France founded the Congregation of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and Mary on December 24, 1800, a religious order of the Latin Church. The order carried out missionary work in Hawaii. Mother Cecilia Merloni from Forlì, Italy, founded the Congregation of the Apostles of the Sacred Heart of Jesus in Viareggio, Italy, on May 30, 1894. Worship of the Sacred Heart mainly consists of several hymns, the Salutation of the Sacred Heart, and the Litanies of the Sacred Heart. It is common in Roman Catholic services, and occasionally it's to be found in Anglican services. The Feast of the Sacred Heart in the Catholic liturgical calendar since 1856 is now a solemnity, and is celebrated 19 days after Pentecost, always on a Friday. The enthronement of the Sacred Heart is a Roman Catholic ceremony in which a priest or head of the household consecrates the members of the household to the Sacred Heart. An image of the Sacred Heart that has been blessed, either a statue or a picture, is then placed in the home as a reminder. The practice of the enthronement is based upon Pius XII declaration that devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus is the foundation on which to build the kingdom of God in the hearts of individual families and nations. In the Catholic tradition, the Sacred Heart has been closely associated with acts of reparation to Jesus Christ. In the encyclica Miserentium Redemptor, Pope Pius XI stated, "The spirit of expiation or reparation has always had the first and foremost place in the worship given to the most Sacred Heart of Jesus." The Golden Arrow prayer directly refers to the Sacred Heart. Devotion to the Sacred Heart is sometimes seen in the Eastern Catholic churches, where it remains a point of controversy, and it is seen as an example of liturgical Latinization. That's sad. Okay. Feast Day. The Feast of the Sacred Heart is solemnity in the liturgical calendar of the Latin Church. It falls 19 days after Pentecost on a Friday. The earliest possible date is the 29th of May, as in 1818 and 2285. The latest possible date is July the 2nd, as in 1943 and 2038. The devotion to the Sacred Heart is one of the most widely practiced and well-known Catholic devotions, taking Jesus Christ's physical heart as a representation of his divine love for humanity. Alliance with the Immaculate Heart. The alliance of the heart of Jesus and Mary is based on the historical, theological, and spiritual links in Catholic devotions between the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Immaculate Heart of Mary. The joint devotion to the hearts was first formalized in the 17th century by St. John Eudes, who organized the scriptural, theological, and liturgical sources relating to the devotions and obtaining the approbation of the Church. Prior to the vision of St. Margaret Mary Alacoque in the 18th and 19th century, the devotion grew both jointly and individually through the efforts of the figures such as St. Louis de Montfort, who promoted Catholic Mariology, and St. Catherine Labourielle Miraculous Medal, depicting the heart of Jesus, throne crowned, and the heart of Mary pierced with a sword. The devotions and associated prayers grew into the 20th century, example in the Immaculata prayer of St. Maximilian Kolbe, and in the reported message of Our Lady of Fatima, saying that the heart of Jesus wishes to be honored together with the heart of Mary. Popes supported the individual and joint devotions to the hearts through the centuries. In the 1956 encyclica Haurietis Aqua, Pope Pius XII encouraged the joint devotion to the hearts. In 1979 encyclica Redemptor Hominis, Pope John Paul II explained the theme of unity of Mary's Immaculate Heart with the Sacred Heart in his Agnellus address on September 15, 1985. John Paul II coined the term the Alliance of the Hearts of Jesus and Mary. Wow. The Alliance of the Hearts of Jesus and Mary. And in 1986 addressed the International Conference on the topic held at Fatima, Portugal. Names of institutions. Sacred Heart is a name used for many Catholic institutions, including schools, colleges, hospitals. In many countries, it is also the name of many Catholic parishes, religious orders, stores selling Catholic. The Sacred Heart imagery. The Sacred Heart has been involved in and depicted in apparitions such as those to Saint Catherine Labourier in 1830 and appeared in miraculous medal where the Sacred Heart is shown with thorns. The Immaculate Heart of Mary also appeared on the medal next to the Sacred Heart, but it is pierced by a sword rather than being crowned with thorns. The M on the medal signifies the Blessed Virgin at the foot of the cross when Jesus was being crucified. The Carillon Corps flag has been adopted by the Société Saint-Jean-Baptiste. Religious imagery depicted the Sacred Heart infrequently featured in Catholic and sometimes in Anglican and Lutheran homes. Sometimes images displayed beneath them a list of family members, including that the entire family, and entrusting to the protection of Jesus and the Sacred Heart, from whom blessings on the home and on the family members are sought. The prayer, O Sacred Heart of Jesus, I place all my trust in thee, is often used. One particular image has been used as far as a set, along with an image of the Virgin Mary. In that image, Mary too was shown pointing to her Immaculate Heart. The dual image reflect an eternal binding of the two hearts. The scapular of the Sacred Heart and the scapular of the Sacred Hearts of Jesus and Mary are worn by Catholics. In Eastern Catholicism, devotion to the Sacred Heart may be found in some Eastern Catholic churches, but is a continuous issue. Those who favor purity of rite are opposed to the devotion, while those who are in favor of the devotion cite it as a point of commonality with either Catholic Church brethren. Promises of the Sacred Heart. Margaret Mary Alacoque said that in her apparitions, Jesus promised these blessings to those who practice devotion to the Sacred Heart. The list was tabulated in 1863. In 1882, an American businessman spread the tabular form of the 12 promises throughout the world in 238 languages. In 1890, Cardinal Adolphe Perrault deplored his circulation of the promises in tabular form, which he said were different from the words and meaning of the expression used by Saint Margaret Mary, and wanted the promises to be published in their original work. So, number 1,